Right, so this one reads, termination of service. Termination of service. Let me just increase it so I can see it. In terms of the section 2162, Commander of Defense Forces as read, with section 341(1) of the Constitution of Zimbabwe and section 115, Commander-in-Chief, prerogative of the Defense Act 1102. The President, in his capacity as such and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, has relieved the retired Lieutenant General Anselm Sanyatwe, the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, from the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, and as the Commander of the Zimbabwe National Army with immediate effect. And in terms of section 104 of the Constitution, appoints Lieutenant General Anselm Namo Sanyatwe as Minister of Sports, Recreational Arts and Culture with immediate effects. Dr. Martin Rushwaya, Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet. Now, this is what we are seeing happening now, being done here. Remember, at one point, Sanyatwe is removed from the presidential guard, is removed from the army, and is made an ambassador to Tanzania. Then he comes back as Zimbabwe National Army Commander. Why would that be? What had happened there? Now, this is not new. We saw the commander of Zimbabwe Defense Forces, not the National Army. We're talking of we see him being made as an PF Politburo ex officio member. Then we see the people of Zimbabwe react, respond, and then it is a trend where we see people moving from the military into ZANU-PF or from the military into politics. Is this what we are seeing happening with General Anselm Sanyatwe? Yes, he is a close ally of Vice President Chiwenga. Now, does this symbolize a weakening of Vice President Chiwenga, or maybe a strength that is being gained by Vice President Chiwenga? It is two ways. What is happening here? It is two ways. It is two ways. What is happening here? Big up to everybody who's watching us live right about now. What do you think of this? Write your comments in the top chat or in the super chat. I'll be reading your comments so that we can see your reactions. Right. Then I'll be going through some of the reactions on social media so that we can see what Zimbabweans are saying. Wolfgang says he has been deployed as Minister of Sports, Recreation and Arts with immediate effect, but Mnangagwa will regret. But what is Mkoma Ino firing Sanyatwe could be the catalyst to catapult Mnangagwa's departure. Mary Roach says, good evening, Doko, from Pentricare, Pemrick Share. Amenunda guna kuirengera kuma nchachi rungu ichikaichi. Big up. Kuma Ino says loud and clear, Wolfgang. Philip Butau says loud and so clear. Thank you very much for that feedback. Thank you. Yeah. So we know Chiwenga and Sanyatwe. The relationship between Chiwenga and Sanyatwe is deep and multifaceted. It's a multifaceted one. Decades of military camaraderie or comradeship, personal trust and political alignment within Zimbabwe's complex power structure. Both men are products of the liberation struggle, with Chiwenga as senior Zimbabwe National Liberation Army commander during the war and Sanyatwe rising through the ranks of post-independent Zimbabwe National Army. Their bond solidified over the years of shared service, particularly under Chiwenga's leadership as commander of the Zimbabwe National Defense Forces until 2017. Militarily, Sanyatwe has often been a key ally of Chiwenga during the 2017 coup that removed Robert Gabriel Mugabe and elevated Emmerson Mnangagwa to the presidency. Chiwenga, as Zimbabwe Defense Forces chief, relied on loyal officers like Sanyatwe, then commanding the presidential guard. This elite unit was instrumental in securing Harare and ensuring the coup's success. Sanyatwe's subsequent actions, such as leading the brutal crackdown on protesters after the 2018 elections, where 6 civilians were killed, aligned with the military role in consolidating the new regime, reflecting his support for Chiwenga's broader influence, as noted in reports from ZimLive and posts on X.com. On a personal level, Sanyatwe's loyalty to Chiwenga extends beyond the battlefield. He served as an intermediary during Chiwenga's tumultuous marriage to Mary Mubayiwa, delivering a Gupuro divorce token in 2019, a culturally significant act reported by the Newsday Zimbabwe. At Chiwenga's 2023 wedding to Miniatambo Baloi, Sanyatwe was part of the bridal party, though not the best man as some anticipated. Bulawayo 24 News. Chiwenga reciprocated this closeness by attending Sanyatwe's 2022 wedding, where he spoke of their long history together, from the Liberation War to military postings in Matabeleland and in Manicaland, as covered by I Harare. Politically, their relationship has been both a strength and a liability within ZANU-PF's factional battles. Sanyatwe's rise as Zimbabwe National Army Commander in 2018 and his return to the role in 2023 after a stint as ambassador to Tanzania is often attributed to Chiwenga's backing attempts to marginalize him. However, Mnangagwa's decision on 25 March 2025 to retire Sanyatwe from the Zimbabwe National Army and reassign him as Minister of Sports, Recreation, Art and Culture is seen as a direct strike at Chiwenga's military network. Sources like the Zimbabwe Mail and ex-posts from users like Wopo Chingono interpret this as Mnangagwa's neutralizing Chiwenga's loyalists amid rumors of a coup plot and succession struggles especially with the planned process coming on 31 March 2025. Their alliance in thus is a mix of personal loyalty and strategic partnership, with Sanyatwe often acting as Chiwenga's enforcer or proxy. While Chiwenga eyes a potential presidential bid by 2028, Sanyatwe's draw has been to show off military support, though his recent reassignment may signal a shift in their dynamic under Mnangagwa. Their relationship remains a critical thread in Zimbabwe's political tapestry, blending camaraderie with calculated ambition. Big to those watching us live, to those watching us